Hey, what's up guys, it's Liam or Weagle on your Overwatch back with a new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at lots of the Overwatch 2 reveal from BlizzCon and after the fact. I've compiled lots of different pieces of information and a little bit of gameplay from our friend O'Nickel as well, of some of the new items you can pick up in particular from him. So I want to go through these things because I think they're really cool and the information's kind of all spread out. So the first thing that I want to take a look at is these new item pickups that are going to be in the game. Now, these were described by Jeff as items that you'll be able to pick up just like you would in a game like Apex Legends, but I actually think these are more comparable to something you would have got in Left 4 Dead in the way that they seem to be in specific places as you go around. It's not like you drop in like a battle royale and then you have to go and have a look around at the different loot. These are going to be in the same places a lot of the time on the different maps, and even though there are going to be a lot of different items, Jeff has also confirmed there will be different rarities of these items. So some of them will be better than others, but I think if they are better, then you're probably going to have a longer cooldown. So when you pick up any of these items, it's going to basically add them as a new ability with a cooldown in your slot in the bottom right hand corner. Now, the 4 that we have footage of so far is the healing station, which is green and worth 500 health. The purple variant of this actually has 1,000 health and not a different cooldown at this stage. There is an armored turret with 1,000 health, the corrosive grenade, which throws a grenade that deals damage and makes enemies take 60% more damage. This seems to be of the orange variety. And of course, we also have the barrier fence, which is like a massive circular barrier that can go around your whole team and is particularly good for rezzing people, and I'm glad they put this in the game because there's currently not enough barriers. I personally think that these items are going to be a good addition to the game, and I will be interested to see how random they're going to be when it comes out, because there's going to be varying difficulties in these new game modes and campaign, and if you play on the harder difficulty and it's really tough and you need a certain item drop and they're random, that's going to add a piece of RNG maybe some people won't welcome in that environment, or maybe they will. You'll have to let me know what you think. Now, the next thing has a lot of potential in a lot of different directions, but we'll talk about PvE at first, and of course that is the talent screen. By now, you have very likely seen this Tracer image where she has got various abilities that she can level up. She's got adaptive reload, chain reaction, flash, hindsight, vortex, and speed kills. I don't think we know how many of these you can have on at a time, whether it's one from each slot or not, but we do know that they can be comboed, because this Torbjorn clip here shows that he has one ability, which is to have 3 mini turrets instead of 1 really good turret, and he's also got the option for them to be flame turrets instead of a minigun. So we know these can be comboed, we just don't know exactly how far that goes. And from the trailer, we've of course also been shown that you can combo your abilities with other people, which will be very good on some of the harder difficulties, I'm sure. For example, Mei freezes everybody and then Reinhardt smashes them all to pieces. Speaking of Mei, did you see that she can turn into an ice ball and bowl people down? That is the coolest thing ever. That is called the snowball effect. And another ability of hers that has been shown is Cold Snap, because as Jeff explained, when you come out of cryo freeze, usually everything's aiming at you. Well, in this case, you're actually going to freeze everyone surrounding you when you come out of her cryo freeze, which is pretty cool. Of course, we have Epicenter from Reinhardt, which is the ability that we just shown. And my personal favorite is probably this Hanzo one, because his kit has always been a little bit off-rolled for his actual skill set in the universe. He can kind of control arrows almost, and in this PvE, Sajiro's guidance is actually going to allow you to mark targets with your sonic arrow, and then when you fire, your arrow is going to go all the way around, just like in the old cinematic, and track down different enemies and kill them. Now, although this would be insanely horrible in PvP, I did put out a tweet that some people seem to get on board with, which is, what if we had a game mode when this comes out that allows us to use these crazy abilities in PvP? I'm assuming it would be extremely difficult to balance, but I don't think that really matters as long as it's not in a competitive mode. And I even argued the point the other day that if this came with a hero ban system, it would actually be more balanced than current Overwatch. So I just want to have some fun with it, and I think being able to throw Genji's blade at people in his ultimate from distance would be really fun, and having Mei roll down a hill and knock your whole team over like bowling pins could be hilarious. It would be a massive mess without any kind of ban phase or severe balancing, and probably not going to make it to competitive, but I just think it would be a lot of fun. By the way, Genji throwing his Dragon Blade is called Dragon's Breath. There's a lot of other abilities, of course, they haven't shown us yet. Let me know if you have any ideas in the comments what abilities you would like certain characters to have. Giving McCree the ability to dual wield or something could be really cool, or maybe Reinhardt could also throw his hammer at people just like Genji can with his ultimate. I think that'd be awesome. Next up, we have the hero comparisons. I'll put them all on screen for you now. I particularly like the Reinhardt one. The rest of them I'm okay with. I feel like the Winston one probably has the least effect. They made him look a little bit more slick and made his gear look a little bit more techy. And the same with Lucio as well. It looks a little bit different, but I don't see a huge difference, at least on this specific page that they've put up. Genji looks absolutely badass though, and I really, really like that. And it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the heroes look when this comes around. I love Reinhardt's new hairstyle though. It just makes him look incredibly tough, like he didn't already, alright? Also, don't forget the fact that Jeff keeps reiterating that this is actually not a new engine and it is an upgrade, which is why some of the heroes are going to look fairly different and some of them are going to look only slightly changed. Either way, I think it's better all across the board, and I'm interested to see how the new Bob is going to look. So last up, we have something that has a lot of potential, but is also quite rarely implemented into games in a successful way. The first one is these dynamic weather effects. These can actually be a little bit intrusive in a competitive experience, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. They've got certain fog and rain elements, and especially the wind on Temple of Anubis actually looks really, really cool with this kind of sandstorm effect. A game like Gears of War in the past has implemented these, and in some cases it's really cool, but it can offer up lag issues and as well ruin a bit of a competitive experience if you're not careful. It actually looks by on this next clip where in the campaign they've got a bit of an explosive entrance for some of the bots that land on this building. Again, being able to progress in a PvP competitive sense where different parts of the map open up to you later on can work, but in Overwatch it's not something I'm convinced that they will implement. As I say, this is just the PvE side of things for now, but I do see at least some of these weather effects coming into play in PvP because they do look really cool. It's just going to depend on what degree they want to put them to. Of course, there's always the options to lower your graphics so you can see through a sandstorm. I think it's already really difficult for a Widow to hit a headshot on a Tracer across the map, and if there's wind and a sandstorm in the way, I don't know how many people will be on board with that. So let me know what you guys think to any of this in the comments section down below. This is basically all the gameplay and information there is out about Overwatch 2 right now. Please let me know any ideas that you have for ability additions that people could have in Overwatch 2. I'd love to be able to see Winston pick people up and throw them in Primal Rage, or Reinhardt be able to pin multiple enemies at once. Maybe they could give Roadhog the ability to hook people through walls like he used to have. Or you could also just give Moira 5 damage orbs so that Samito actually goes finally insane. What? I think the best addition that they could make to the PvE and for this PvP event that I want to see is to give Orisa an extra shield, because the one she currently has just doesn't survive for long enough. And if you did enjoy, be sure to drop a like, as it really helps us out and lets us know you're enjoying the content, and you're going to want to hit that bell icon so that you get notified when our videos go live. Be sure to have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.